The most famous football club on the entire planet. The club that had Ronaldo. That club has not won the Premier League in over 8 years. The same club that used to make City look like the embarrassing little cousin is now getting cooked by them, regularly, at their own ground, in front of their own fans.
Manchester United.
And today, we are going full forensic on exactly how this happened. Manchester, a city that gave the world the Industrial Revolution, Oasis, and one of the greatest football rivalries in history. But here's the plot twist nobody saw coming. For the first time in nearly 100 years, the power hasn't just shifted, it's gone. It's been packed up, put in a box, driven 4 miles east, and dropped at the Etihad. And look, Old Trafford, the theater of dreams. What a stadium, what a legend, what a leaking roof, crumbling concrete, seats that haven't been touched since the actual Stone Age. While they're promising a Wembley of the North, there are buckets catching rainwater inside Old Trafford. Buckets. This is the most famous stadium in England, and it's got a leak situation. But the stadium is just a metaphor, yeah? It's not about the bricks, it's about the decisions. It's about what happens when a football club gets so deep in its own legend that it forgets it actually has to try. Because here's the thing, the rot didn't start last season. It didn't start 5 years ago. It started in 2013, the moment Sir Alex Ferguson walked out the door. Not because Fergie leaving was the problem, but because United, a club that knew for years he was going to retire eventually, had made zero plan for it. Not a single one. They just assumed they'd figure it out. That's the level of arrogance we're dealing with. They thought the name Manchester United was a strategy. Spoiler, it was not. 7 managers. 7 in 12 years. Let me just list them so it fully hits you. David Moyes, sacked. Luis van Gaal, sacked. Jose Mourinho, sacked. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, sacked. Ralph Rangnick, left looking confused. Erik ten Hag, sacked. Ruben Amorim, sacked. Every single one of them got the same speech. This is the man. He understands the United DNA. He's gonna take us back to the top. And every single time, chaos, drama, sacked, repeat. But here's the galaxy brain take that most people miss. The managers weren't even the main problem. The problem was that United had no footballing identity to give them. Like, imagine getting hired as a chef and they go, here's the kitchen, good luck. No menu, no ingredients, no concept, nothing. What are you supposed to cook? What is the United way in 2025? Nobody inside that club could honestly answer that. And you cannot, I repeat, cannot build a winning culture around a vacuum. Meanwhile, across the city, Pep Guardiola has been at City since 2016. One manager, one vision, a single tactical language that the whole club learned to speak. While United was out here repainting the walls a different color every 2 years, City was building the actual house. And the house they built? Absolute fortress, no cap. While United was busy cosplaying as a football club, City executed a 15-year master plan with the precision of a Swiss watch. And honestly, from a purely football perspective, it's kind of beautiful. Horrifying, but beautiful. The City Football Group model is genuinely one of the most impressive things in sport. From the under-8 academy all the way to the first team, one tactical system, one language, one culture. If one piece breaks, you slide in the replacement piece, already built to the same exact spec. And here's the wildest part. City had 115 financial misconduct charges hanging over them. That would have destroyed most clubs. City? They barely flinched. Why? Because their systems were deeper than any single scandal. The academy, the data operation, the scouting network, the commercial arm. None of that paused for a courtroom. That's what real infrastructure looks like. City stopped being the noisy neighbors years ago. They're not even the neighbors anymore. They're the landlords. They own the building. And United? United is the tenant who keeps complaining about the heating while refusing to pay rent on time. It's giving full main character delusion energy. Okay, deep breath, because this is the part where I need you to really sit with this. Manchester United is currently a marketing firm that happens to play football. Manchester City is a trophy manufacturing industry. Let me prove it through the transfer window alone. City's approach: use data-driven precision to find the exact profile Guardiola needs. Right age, right position, right mentality. Haaland, machine. Rodri, Ballon d'Or winner. Bernardo Silva, elite. Ruben Dias, Colossus. Every single signing is the answer to a specific question. United's approach, vibes, big names, shirt sales, chaos. Paul Pogba, £89 million, for a player who was brilliant like twice a season and spent the rest of the time doing Instagram dances and leaking drama to the press. Alexis Sanchez, brought in on wages so absurd they literally broke the dressing room culture. He barely scored. Antony, £86 million, for a winger who couldn't dribble past a League One left back. £86 million. These weren't football decisions, these were marketing decisions wearing a football kit, and the bill came due. Meanwhile, City keeps innovating the actual meta of modern football, reinventing the fullback role, the inverted winger, the ball-playing goalkeeper, while United is out here playing catch-up in a race where City already crossed the finish line and is on their victory lap eating snacks. If you really want to understand what's changed, stop looking at the league table, look at the streets. There's a full cultural migration happening in Manchester right now. The new generation of kids seeing football for the first time, they're gravitating toward the Etihad, not Old Trafford. And honestly, can you blame them? Success shapes identity. City have been the most successful club in England for over a decade. If you're a 7-year-old in Manchester, why would you support the team that's been losing? City didn't just build a stadium, they built a whole community around it. Food hall, hotel, a school, an academy that local kids actually go to. They planted a flag and gave people a reason to stand under it. Old Trafford, meanwhile, is increasingly becoming a museum, a tourist trap for global visitors to relive 1999. Take a photo, buy a Keane retro shirt, post it on Instagram, go home. The local heartbeat, the real Mancunian soul of that club, has quietly migrated east, and that's the saddest stat of all. Not the league table, the streets. Manchester is still a city of two colors that will never change, red and blue, forever. But the crown has moved 4 miles east, and right now, today as things stand, there are no credible signs of it coming back. United is the historical club now, and I say this with genuine pain, not clout chasing. They're the Liverpool of the 1990s, trapped by the weight of their own legend, paralyzed by a fan base that remembers a greatness the current squad literally cannot dream of matching. City is the dominant force in trophies, in revenue, in tactics, in infrastructure, in local relevance. They don't even need United's shadow to grow anymore. They have their own light. But here's the thing about fallen empires. They don't always stay fallen. Liverpool came back from the 90s wilderness. Juventus rebuilt. Even Barcelona is finding their footing again. It can happen. History says so. But it requires one thing above all else. The people in charge need to actually understand the depth of the hole they're in. Not the PR version, not the shareholders report version, the real version. Because the first step to getting out of a hole, stop digging. And right now, it kind of feels like they haven't even found the shovel yet.